Instead of throwing money at things like large projects, let's build a sewage treatment plant, let's build a water treatment plant, it was walking into a blown-up ancient market where there were 3,000 shopkeepers just putting brick on brick, trying to put their lives together, and going up to them saying, I know you want to restart this thing, restart this welding shop, restart this flower shop, restart this grocery store, restart this convenience store. Here's a small amount of money. Prove to me that you're going to try and be successful. You're going to do your best to be successful. Prove to me that you're going to use this money for what we intend it to be used for, the kickstart of your shop, and I'll give you the rest. My gosh, Sonny, we have just infused incredible economic life into some places that were just destroyed during the fighting during the surge. The Aruba Souk in Muqtadiya, in one of the toughest areas and the toughest provinces in the area, called Diyala. It's thriving now. They're even going to build a bank. Last time I walked down the street, I was brought into a store and I was offered ice cream. Anyway, this ice cream on a street in Iraq. Anyway, kickstarting entrepreneurship has been, we've done that across the board, and we're very proud of that, and that will probably be lost to history. The fourth thing is the improvement in the Iraqi security forces. You know, you don't have to speak the same language when you're a soldier. The language of training, plus the kinship of being a soldier, kind of overcomes language barriers. And from what I've seen, privates first class, specialists, young sergeants, taking charge of classes with Iraqi soldiers and teaching them what they know about their skill. Fixing a Humvee, repairing a .50 caliber machine gun, the proper way to order a part, how to move as a buddy team, how to move as a squad, whether under direct fire or indirect fire, how to adjust indirect fire, how to call in helicopter gunships. These things are what we're doing with the Iraqi security forces. They are responding so positively, and we've seen leaps and bounds in their capabilities. I don't want to sound like a Pollyanna. They're not there yet, but I'll tell you what, they're an incredibly capable counterinsurgency force right now, and with time and with the proper planning and focus of equipping and further training, they'll be able to defend their nation. So we've got more work to do on that, but you bring a kid in that was here on the last deployment, and he looks at the 2nd Iraqi Army Division, and they are in full uniform, weapons at cross-sling, fingers extended over the trigger guard, chin straps buckled, eye protection, full ammunition. They look sharp, they are sharp, they're disciplined, and my young soldiers who have been on multiple deployments look at that and they go, you know what, this place has some hope, and they feel good about what they're doing. And the last thing, the fifth thing that we're awfully proud of is the dent we put in the violent extremists here. Al-Qaeda in Iraq used to operate in Mosul as if Mosul was their ATM machine. Not anymore. Some wonderful special operations forces, U.S. and Iraqi, have really put a dent in their operations. Taken leaders, studying the cellular organization, removing leaders from the cell, and every time a new leader goes in, remove that one. And pretty soon the rank and file is going like, I don't want to be a leader in this outfit. And following the trail of money, interrupting the trail of money, to the point now where they cannot pay, the violent extremist cells cannot pay salaries, they can't pay rent, they can't pay informants. And what I have seen now in the last 90 days is I've seen a drop in the ideologues, a drop in the ideological motivation, and a rise in criminality. and that tells us they are desperate. And it also tells us that we have moved the level of violence down to such a point that I believe very soon the Iraqi police can handle it, and the Iraqi army can disengage and do what they're supposed to do, which is train and prepare to defend their nation. And so those are the 5 things that we are most proud of. And if I could say one last thing, some of my audiences at home have heard me say this before, but I never get tired of repeating it, and that is to my families out there. You have endured so much. And out here in Iraq and in Afghanistan with the Aviation Brigade and the wonderful engineers and logisticians in both locations, the mission's pretty straightforward. I mean, we know what we're doing. We're given an order, we execute the order. But we know from our experience, we know from also being at home, I know from being a husband and a father, that it's not straightforward at home. It's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult to keep a house running, keep children focused, keep them on the right track, keep everyone happy. Some of my leaders tend to their families and to the families of their units. You're pulled in multiple directions, and yet you do it for no pay, for no recognition. And I just cannot adequately describe the gratitude and appreciation I have for the incredible Martin families. We miss you so much, and words fail me in describing your unconditional love for us and allowing us to do what we do.
General, I can't fathom anything beyond that. We want to thank you so much for this opportunity, and it will certainly be made available to everybody in the region, with special emphasis to those in the families. And we can't thank you enough for the service that you and our soldiers with the Marne Division, our Special Forces teams who have been in the support of them, everybody who is over there. We thank you so very much. From a grateful nation, General, just get on home. Rock of the Marne.
Rock of the Marne, Sonny, thanks. It's an honor just to walk with them. Thanks.
God bless. Wow.